Last few sessions, I could see, and you also can see there is a change because you have started contemplating and reflecting on these principles. Contemplation, reflection means that the knowledge becomes clear, knowledge is settled in the intellect. Then what happens? Knowledge is settled in the, if the knowledge is settled, means it is digested, it is assimilated, and then it is settled, it changes the samsara is suffering, it changes the mind. Now there is no intellectual paralysis. Now there is no intellectual paralysis. And that helps us to rise in awareness and move to the next stage of our journey. RTT. Do you still remember RTT? Brandy, did you get a chance to? She closes her video. So did you get a chance to listen? RTT. Do you remember RTT? Rati, Tripti, and Tushti. Remember, everyone shared good experiences, and you have been sharing for the last couple of weeks. It means that you have been contemplating and reflecting on this. The more you are aware of this RTT in your daily life, your your thinking, speaking, and action takes ground in wisdom. Satsang, second group. I'm just, do you remember, I told you four groups. Four groups. Sansara is suffering, the first group, 9 factors. Satsang, 5 or 6 factors. Realization, another 4 and 5 factors. And then comes remind, repeat, revise. Why? Until we reach to the goal. So you see what, the moment you see the RTT and you are rescued and saved by the second group, Satsang. Otherwise, we claim we understand and still we do not understand. But now it is different in this group. Remember, RTT will become a strong force. Did you understand RTT? I'm saying it. So if you did not understand, you have to go through the last session. So RTT will become a strong force. And then samsara, the word is suffering. Physical suffering, mental suffering, emotional suffering. So sometimes I say it is fundamental causes the RTT. Sometimes I say that these are the different expressions. Ignorance causes the suffering. Sometimes I say it is the delusion and duality. It is all the same. Interpretation is different. Expression is different. Understand that clearly. So the masters, those are the great masters, great professors. They realize that in what way the delusion enters into our life, and then they have created those principles. That is the beauty of consistent listening and learning and reaching to the state of awakening. Whether I say ignorance causes the suffering, whether I say it is the impurity of the mind, whether I say hammer the delusion, but I have to understand through all the possible ways, contemplation and reflection, why it is necessary. Mind contains trillions of impressions of ignorance, and one even single pointed ignorance enters into the mind, you fall short of awakening. See, the masters have taken the pain. We should appreciate, we should be grateful to those great masters who have For me, passing on the knowledge, including the practice, is my practice. Different groups, different individuals have their own challenges. So I don't criticize them, but I give you some examples, that women who did not get a sleep, magnesium, there are 5 or 6 layers of treatment. She was doing her own treatment, and then she was listening to lot of podcast. At the time of the sleep, no sleep was there. So these are the different ways I see the problem of RTT. And then I see, okay, here is the problem. How should I approach? This is his personality. This is her personality. Physical or maybe emotional or mental. After talking few times, I can understand. Why? Because I have understood my own personality. I should have given you this verse in the very beginning. But why I have not given? Now the time has come. So we will be repeating this verse in Hindi or now in Sanskrit or in English or both every day in the morning. And then we set our journey to the external world where the world causes the suffering and we delete that suffering from the world. It says, Sahana Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Adjust and you assimilate and digest the meaning, and we will be repeating this verse in every session. Why? So that my intellect gets open, mind gets rid of this RTT, but it can be. So the first line, Om Sahana Vavatu. That is the relationship between the seeker and the teacher. What is that relationship? First line, Sahana Vavatu. It says we both be blessed, teacher as well as the seeker, because we are doing a self-discovery. Knowledge is here, teacher is here, the seeker is here. There is no difference. So what the prayer, it's a kind, you can say the prayer. The first line it says, we both should be blessed, because we have undertaken the journey of the self-discovery. Why blessing? Let the knowledge bless us all. That is the meaning. So my intellect should understand this and assimilate this essence of it. Second line is Sahana Bhunaktu. May we enjoy both. Teacher and the seeker should teach. Teacher should teach with energy, and the student also enjoy learning or also enjoy teaching, not for attendance purpose. Not for attendance purpose. Student should also be full of energy to learn. So the master says, are you aware and attentive? Did you understand the last session? Are you ready for the next lesson? Are you motivated? And if the teacher is not motivated, that is not a teacher, especially in Eastern West. So the first line, may we both be blessed because we are doing a self-discovery. Second line, Sahana Bhunaktu. We both enjoy. Enjoy what? Receiving the knowledge, giving the knowledge, realizing the knowledge. Second line. Third, Sahaviryam Karvavahe. Active participation. Why I raise this verse today? Because in the couple of the sessions, in our Mondays and Thursdays, you also witnessed, and I also witnessed, the people have started contemplating and reflecting. It means I have started absorbing, assimilating, and digesting this knowledge. So the master says, Sahaviryam Karvavahe, active participation. I'm listening attentively. I'm not attending the session for attendance purpose. It's not a college or university. Look at the master's vision and understanding. This verse was written almost 3,000 years ago, and there was no university. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. That is the most beautiful. It caught my attention long back, 20-25 years ago, and I said that this is what it is. Okay, then I have to sharpen the intellect to understand these principles. So, Tejasvinavadhitamastu. It means may my intellect be alert, vigilant, and brilliant, so that it should not be clouded by the impure mind. I have to understand. I did not understand. Let me listen it again. Let me do the practice again. Why you have an anxiety? Oh, it comes because the world is suffering, because of the RTT, because of the delusion. You see, I have explained you differently. I have explained because of the knowledge already existing. So my intellect has to be alert. We don't need IQ. No, we need a common sense intellect to understand. So that is why Master says, may our intellect be alert, vigilant, brilliant, to prevent the clouding to be veiled by the impure mind. And the last line is very important in the current context. Ma vidvisha vahi. May we not have any misunderstanding, any jealousy, duality between the seeker and the teacher. Otherwise, the communication is clogged. Communication will stop. Yeah, you have a right to say anything to me, and I have a right to. But I have a right to say anything does not mean that I start blaming and complaining you. Minus blame and complaint. This is the message Master gives. May we not have any kind of misunderstanding, otherwise, communication will stop, teaching will not be digested completely. And you already know. Om Shanti 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 3 times. One Shanti to the unknown sources from where the problem comes. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or just after an hour. So Shanti to the unknown sources. That is known as Adi Devik. And Shanti to the known sources. I became angry and agitated over my honey, so I have to see today. Let the anger dissipate completely. Oh, I was in RTT, that is why it happened. Let me change. Now the known sources. Shanti to the known sources. That is why the second Shanti is there. And third Shanti, to me, to insight. Shanti is my nature. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Hunatu Sahaviryam Karva Vahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Vahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. What we are learning in Saturday's session, Mangalacharan. Can there be any better Mangalacharan than this? Let us learn, let us be vigilant, let us be open, Let us do not have envy or the jealousy against each other, not only between the teacher and the seeker, but with everyone. I was telling Jerry, she is so pretty, she is a wonderful woman, but she cannot prevent herself blaming and complaining against her honey. What you can say? Intellect is not brilliant. What you can say? I hold back. So when I hold back, it is RTT. I enjoy, sometimes we have a habit of enjoying by criticizing and by blaming others. It does not mean anything. I don't want to name, but so you won't recognize it. So her husband took her to a long trip somewhere out of the love and care. You don't stop to criticize. I have to understand this crazy mind. Stop this nonsense. Tell your mind, crazy mind, stop this. And you see the mind, then the first group of 9 factors do not attack you. They normally attack you with RTT. If you go closely, look at every factor. Foolishness. Why foolishness is there? Because of any form of RTT. Why distraction is there? Because mind wants everything, every pleasure of all kinds from the world. We'll be doing this chanting in the very beginning. We will start with this chanting, and every time we will contemplate and reflect. Oh, now I'm ready. So even we are ready, we will become more ready, more attentive, more, and that is going to take us to the next level. So that is what Master says, sing, sing, sing. I clarified it. Singing means I recognize, I remember, I realize RTT is not the way. Delusion is not the way. Blame, complain is not the way in my life. But should I not put the context in my life that, uh, in that context I should criticize? There should be a critical evaluation so that we can progress. But it should not come from the mind, it should come from the intellect. Are you understanding? It should come from the intellect. When it comes from the mind, RTT takes over you. When it comes from the intellect, the dispassion and discernment takes over you. Outer expression is the same. Look at it. The people says that we get engaged easily in pleasures coming from outside, not coming from outside. I have an imagined pleasure, projected pleasure from the world, whether it is rati, sensual pleasure, whether it is pertaining to the food or pertaining to the possessions. 9 factors. Why you sing? When you sing, so your mind reminds you of 9 factors. No, don't go there. It dissolves, in another word, it dissolves your rajas and the tamo guna. They go into the background. You are free. Sattva dominates. Sattva dominates means the knowledge and the calmness dominates. Oh, leave this. Why I'm going there? Why I have an anxiety for this particular food? I have a loss. Yeah, okay. Yesterday I had a profit and today I have a loss. It's okay. Let me continue working. Life is like this. You see, you get rid of these 9 factors. Today my body is healthy, tomorrow it may not be. We do not know what's going to happen to this body, which is constantly changing. That is the masses. How each pure state of the state made in pure mind. I have to rephrase it. So you see that I should be aware of the pure state of the mind. If you understand clearly the RTT, you assimilated that knowledge, you are living into that state. What happens? You may compare that state of the mind with the sattvic mind. Instantly. Otherwise, I want to throw out blaming and complaining against people because I'm seeking the pleasure and I'm not getting the pleasure I anticipated, I expected. I expect you to behave in a particular way, to talk in a particular way. Then I'm happy. While smiling, if you stretch more than an inch, I will be unhappy. Are you getting it? That is what the RTT is. Should not stretch your cheeks more than 1 inch, otherwise I'll be unhappy. That is the Rajasic and the Tamasic mind. Sattvic mind accepts it. Acceptance is there. Focused and concentrated mind. It is a naturally focused mind. And the verse that we are going to say every time in every session with contemplation and assimilation, you will say, mind naturally gets attentive. And what happens when the 9 factors goes away? We have a sense of calm mind, compassionate mind, empathetic mind. So you see that impure states of the mind, those 9 factors, you can categorize. There is another way to explain the impure states of the mind. All those 9 factors are the impure states of the mind. So when the intellect, which is alert and attentive, it assimilate and digest the knowledge, you are doing satsang, the second group. Well, there's kind of a discernment. So you have a discerning mind, then the realization takes place. Wow, today, throughout the day, I live totally in the state of the calmness and the peace and the joy. Today, yesterday nobody came to meet me, but my mind was not agitated. Mind was not expecting. It was not reactive. You will realize that. You will experience that. So the impact of this journey is taking over your life throughout the day. Gradually, what is going to happen? The mind will pull you. You did not practice meditation today. Why? Please sit. That is what the inner voice comes. It is a higher, greater purification of the mind. I never think that I'm sleeping. Once I retire to the bed, I lie down and I say, okay, this is a prostration to the existence, to the God, to my master. Sleeping is just a prostration for me. I never forget on a single day. That is what the third group is, realization. And then what happens? You do not need to remember, repeat. In the beginning, you need to remember and repeat. Oh, RTT has come. Let me get rid of it. Oh, which factor out of the 9 causes me the anxiety and reaction? Let me get out of it. In the beginning, we have to remember. repeat, revise, practice. But after that, it is so natural. It is so natural to you. Why? Real self is our essential nature. And these are the traits of the essential nature. What we are learning. RTT? No. These are not the traits of the essential nature. Peace? Yes. Calmness? Yes. Which is coming from inside. Not I am getting an imagined peace by the RTT. And you will see. You will then first time you realize there is a flash. So throughout the day I have been living in calmness. What happened? First time you realize how important is the journey of the self-discovery is. Can you figure out, contemplate, and reflect all the four groups? They are pointers. No, this verse is a pointer in these four groups. Om Sahana Vavatu. We both are, should be blessed. Think of it, contemplate, and reflect. Each one should be blessed. So it means it is not only in the session, but in your family. When you go out, in your relationship, may I'm talking to you, may we both be blessed. I'm talking to my honey, may we both be blessed. You are getting rid of the RTT. I'm just giving you a hint. Second line, Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu. Sahana Bhunaktu is the second. May we enjoy both. Teacher should teach with energy, seeker should listen, learn with energy, with a purpose. Both are motivated. Both are motivated. So I'm giving you that this verse, you should find out how you can discover those four groups that I explained to you in this verse. Sahana Bhavatu, may we both be blessed. Sahana Bhunaktu, may we enjoy both the tremendous energy. Enjoy. I should enjoy teaching as a teacher. You should enjoy learning. Normally it doesn't happen. Sometimes I see a very big face. With a big face you are listening. As if there is a tremendous burden. The third message, Sahaviryam Karva Vahe. Active participation. Active participation means that I do not gather the dry intellectual knowledge. I have to think over it. I have to absorb. I have to assimilate. Tejasvina vadhitamastu. But in order to assimilate and absorb what is required, a common sense. So here, another meaning, one master explains in a different way. May our intellect be alert, vigilant, and brilliant. It should not be clouded by the impure mind. That is the common sense. We are not saying that we need a higher IQ. We don't need higher IQ. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. And the last one is so beautiful. Ma vidvisha vahe. May we not have any misunderstanding, envy, or jealousy against each other. That you know more and I know less. No. No. That should also be applied in our relationship all the time. Why don't you understand? I know you don't know. There is no need to say that. Do you see that? The beauty of this verse. And we will follow this verse. I should have given you in the very beginning of a session. but I was waiting for the time to come. So you see, the first message, Sahana Bhavatu, both be blessed. Second message in this, Sahana Bhunaktu. Sahana Bhunaktu means that we should both enjoy. Third message, Sahaviryam Karvavahe, active participation from both the sides. Tejasvina Vadhitamastu. Fourth message is intellect, common sense intellect should be there, should be alert and vigilant on both the sides. And the fifth message, no envy, no jealousy, while learning, not only while learning, not at any time. We have envy, jealousy because of the RTT. This is the message. Now we will go to the next verse, beautiful verse in the next session. Let us close your eyes and be. We are comfortable and first the place of the body, position of the body and the posture. I need not to say, you see that once you chant those verses or you have a message assimilated from this verse, moment the teacher says close your eyes and you are ready, you are more ready than the teacher. Means what? The intellect is vigilant. That comes by learning and listening. That's why I did not say that verse. Being comfortable and carefree. You're comfortable and carefree. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. Your intellect is brilliant. It digests, it is vigilant, it accepted this knowledge, and you are meeting your honey. May there be happiness. What will happen? Your blame and complaint will stop. I can bet you. Mind will change. One simple example. That mind continues to live in a higher awareness, makes you a seeker to reach to that. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Peace from the obstacles or the challenges that come from the unknown sources. Challenges come from the known sources. I can tackle it easily, but I don't want to tackle because of my ego. Do you understand that? And the peace inside me. There is another interpretation. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. Completeness in all. Wholeness. Whole to holiness. Why there is a whole RTT? 9 factors. I'm just making you aware. You can think and contemplate, oh, it is because of this. And the holiness or the wholeness, it is already within us. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. When you are in a moment of joy coming from inside, peace coming from inside, completeness coming from inside, that is what the auspiciousness is. And in that state, we continue the journey. In our next session, there are 5 practices suggested, advised by this master, we will go very deep into that clear understanding. There is a pranayama, there is a pratyahara, there is a viveka, means discernment and dispassion, and there is a japa. And that will be the time to change this practice. So at this moment, you look inside the forehead in the space. Drop Om Shanti gently. You already know it. Body remain in the state of the stillness and start breathing. Quick and short breath through both the nostrils. Just continue doing it. You are aware of the resistance comes, what you have to endure it. Now we have already completed understanding that the verse today. So the resistance should not touch us. And if the resistance comes, you have an endurance. And after endurance, you enter into the joy of doing it. You don't worry how many minutes you are doing. You simply do it. Om Shanti continues. Continue breathing, stillness in the body. Om Shanti continues. Chest breathing short and the gentle breath through both the nostrils. Expansion of the ribs and the contraction of the ribs continues. Just continue as if it is the joy of doing it. It is not effort to do it. You see the effort? Effort means the obstacles comes from the unknown sources. We made it known. It is coming from the mind. I'm treating the path of the self-discovery for permanent peace. Why the mind you are? Continue, my friends. Quick and short breath. No stopping in between. Continue the journey. Om Shanti continues, breath continues, stillness continues, changes in the experiences continues, and you get away with the resistance by endurance, or intellect is in in the mode of joy of doing it. Intellect likes the pasta and it keeps on eating it. Intellect likes the practice, so it keeps on doing it. So you bypass the mind. Resistance comes from the mind. Continue. Because the intellect is in the mode of joy of doing it, the mind cannot raise any resistance. But if the mind overpowers, it causes the resistance, you have a tool of endurance. Unstop this, experience the changes, bring your awareness on the flow of the breath from both the nostrils, whichever is less, you keep on paying attention there. And let us see whether your mind is fully paying attention to the flow of the breath without changing the rate and the rhythm. And that will make both the flow equal if it is not equal. And if it is equal, enjoy that state. I may not recognize I am in a meditative state, but the breath indicates flow of the breath. If it is equal, it indicates at the deeper level layer of the mind. The mind is already free. It is not impacted or it is not dominated by the impurity or the ignorance. Sometimes the outer manifestation takes place, it takes time. But if it is unequal, you are already paying attention. And now start breathing deep, silent, and slow. Leave that mantra for a moment. You inhale first into the belly, then into the rib cage. Let us check the rhythm. Rhythm is regulated by the intellect. How? By your awareness and attention. As you exhale, first you breathe out from the belly and the rib cage. Lot of stuff. Why lot of stuff? You are in the state of the stillness in the body. As you inhale, move the mind from the center, top of the head, down to the spine, reaching to the tailbone and singing mentally Om Shanti Shanti and set the tailbone. During exhalation, Om begins at the tailbone and it goes up to the top of the head. So you see that you are syncing the movement of the mind, the spine, and the Om Shanti. This is another way to sync. This is, you can say, an active sync. But in the last step, we do the passive sync. Deep silence, slow Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Your breath is longer, so obviously you are also singing. There is a great message hidden in the deep silent slow breathing, in the long and chanting with the singing, in moving the mind along the line. That is what the nyasa is known as. I discussed it. I think, yes, I discussed in detail in early days of this journey. Om Shanti. You are doing on your own. It's your Om Shanti. It's your breath. And in this sync also we can find a kind of absorption. So we also need an active absorption, not only the passive. Now leave this deep silent slow breath. And now play with the senses and the mind, dropping Om Shanti on the 16 segments of four fingers of any hand. Without physical contact, you are dropping Om Shanti, and it's a mind's eye, it's a mind's ear, it's a mind's tongue, it's a mind's touch. That is doing the Om Shanti, and you will find a tremendous energy sensations in these fingers. We are taking these things very normally. We don't get excited. Oh, I feel a lot of energy sensations as it happens in Reiki or pranic healing. Mind has to remain calm. And now, looking inside the cave of your heart, visualize the triangle of any color. Move the mind with Om Shanti on each side to sync, moving clockwise and anti-clockwise. In the moment you find the sync, pulling the mind deep inside the cave of your heart, mind seemingly stops. You say Shanti and everything stops, all activity stops. We maintain that awareness deep inside. But yes, if the thought disturbs, mind returns with any thought, we repeat it. a slight deviation of the mind, and you think it again and go back. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences, bring the hands down, we'll share our experiences. How are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Thank you. Good meditation. Started off for me as soon as I closed my eyes. It was this feeling of just everything moving inside myself, and I started seeing almost like a kaleidoscope. but it wasn't of colors. It was almost like a monochrome kaleidoscope. And then everything just settled within my heart. I actually struggled a little bit with the breathing. And it's usually very easy for me. And I got caught up in, why am I struggling with this breathing? And then realized that, okay, my mind has got control of me and I need to shut it down. And once that happened, everything just became smooth, natural, and extremely quiet. And I struggled to come out of meditation today. So thank you.
Beautiful. It will happen, It does not mean that if we advance, if we become a seeker, we will not face those challenges. We will face those challenges because trillions of impressions are already accumulated in the mind and they need some time to become empty. So that's a beautiful, and it's most important is that it becomes difficult to come out of the meditation. That is the most important thing. How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you, sir. I describe the lesson with one word as excitement. That the tool of RTT I've been using since Monday, and I've realized sort of the power of it. And it's just like this observation or this filter tool that we can use to clean the stuff out of life. And I find it very fascinating. So I'm very intrigued with this verse that we're doing. My breathing was extremely non-resistant and immediately put me into a deep state. And that I didn't even think about it until Stephen mentioned kaleidoscope. I had a very bright blue kaleidoscope going on while I was in my heart center.
Beautiful.
So thank you.
Beautiful. Yes, you are assimilating this RTT principle. It is wonderful. It puts you instantly into the state of the calmness. Anxiety is there of RTT and it is gone. It is there, it is gone. So lot of these thoughts, events will take place. Gradually we assimilate in ourselves. So it is a wonderful. So wonderful. And you did not feel any resistance during the breathing. That too is good. How are you, Jerry?
Sir, I'm good. Thank you. Really beautiful lesson. With the application here, being blessed to be together and share this space and learn, and that excitement that's showing up, and we can take that with our relationships and everything we do. And do we really want to understand one another? Do we want to understand the knowledge and apply it, not just intellectually, but see it and evolve in our life and our relationships? And so it's just a beautiful way to kind of carry on and apply what we're learning. And then my meditation was deep. There was kind of two levels to the mind was very deep, but also noticed fluctuations. But just from wanted to make very deep, I was come out.
You are separate from those fluctuations. That is what the discerning intellect is. And you rightly said, these principles not only aims at self-discovery and awakening, but the moment you apply, it makes your relationship much better. So it is not that that verse that we will take up in our future lessons. So it is not only between the seeker and the teacher, it is between the two people or group of people. Your intellect follows that message and it is going to work. I know it works. Beautifully said, Jerry. How are you, Dennis?
Thank you. My meditation was very comfortable, seamless, joyful, I could say. There was no struggle, almost no thoughts
Good.
deep dark space at the end and extreme calmness afterwards.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful meditation, because once you don't find any resistance, so the intensity, the interest, the motivation, dedication is there. So, how are you, Brandy?
Good, thanks. I like the idea in the lesson that part of the learner's responsibility is showing up, and I applied that in my meditation, kind of in combination with some things we've done in the past, where when my mind was getting the fluctuations and busy, I was like, do you want to come inside for peace, or how do you want to do this? And then of course I wanted to settle down and wanted to settle into the meditation. So thank you.
Yeah, it's very good. So once we go through each message in the verse that I explained to you, and every time we chant, we assimilate. Now we check mind and intellect is ready before we start the lesson. I told you that I should have started in the very beginning, but it will not work. Oh, look at this guy, he is following a ritual, he is doing the mantra. We have lot of reservation in the mind. So that is very good. So how are you, Barbara?
Namaste. I'm very good, thank you. From the lesson today, that it takes a lot of contemplation and reflection to see if you're acting out of the necessities of daily life or out of the RTT.
Yeah.
I think that as you show up in intellect, it becomes a lot easier.
Barbara, it is 99% we act out of RTT. 99%. So it is a constant, it's a constant practice. I live consciously, I become aware. Oh, let us go for a dinner. And now all the imagination comes, what I have to eat, where I have to go. Every picture is very clear. And even then we ask, honey, where are we going to the restaurant? Are you making fool of me? You're making fool of yourself. You see, the RTT takes over anytime, anywhere. And the more we are aware of it, the more we get rid of it, the life definitely is going to change. In relationship, in matters of professional activities. Brandy, the professor, so you go there and don't go with an idea of an RTT. Go with an idea, okay, let me go and teach. Students are not ready, you keep on teaching them. The way I have done in the beginning to arouse your interest. How are you, Terry?
Hang on.
No, it's okay. I will hang on.
I had my intellect discern the presence of all the different duality.
Yeah.
Like success,
Yeah.
failure, etc.
Yeah.
Not dissolving into one another, to each other. And then I said, oh, that's how they were destroyed.
Yes.
Or I hope next time.
Next
myself.
time. Why you are waiting for the next time? You are thinking that lot of dualities will enter into the mind again. Why you don't keep the
I
discerning
didn't finish.
intellect all the time? No, I will live into the discernment. Duality come, gone, come, gone, come, gone.
Yeah.
Beautifully said that it is destroyed. So normally when we use the word destroyed because of the discernment, because in discernment the delusion cannot exist. When you approach near to the mirage water, the water does not exist. I know it. So you don't destroy the water, you don't destroy the mirage. Intellect, knowledge.
Yeah.
Beautifully. Beautiful. We have, oh yeah, Sangeeta, how are you?
सर बहुत अच्छा था और सर मंत्र से ना बड़ा अच्छा भाव आता है ह्यूमिलिटी का ग्रेटिट्यूड लव अफेक्शन मतलब बहुत अच्छा लगा दोबारा
Yes, yes. We will continue to have that mantra in our session regularly. And what she is saying that because of the chanting of the mantra, a feeling of gratitude comes to the mind. Obviously, so when that feeling of gratitude comes, mind starts moving towards the purity. So contemplate and reflect, and we will meet again in the next lesson for our journey of evolution. Thank you.
Thank